Hello, welcome to my another session. In this session, I have a talk about multiple alleles or multiple allelism. Before going through multiple allelism, I draw you towards the Mendelian inheritance. According to Mendelian inheritance, each gene it has two forms. Suppose that, let's take example. Suppose that height of a plant. The height of a plant, it is controlled by, suppose that there is a gene, and this gene it has two forms or two variety. Suppose that the variety 1 and the variety 2, or this is the type 1 or the type 2, or this is the form the form 1 and the form 2. So each gene, according to Mendelian inheritance, each gene it has two forms. One is form 1, another is form 2. So form 1 here, the form 1 here, it has the tendency towards toneless character. Suppose that towards toneless character. And the form 2 gene, it has the tendency towards the dwarfness character. So according to Mendel, each gene it has two alternate forms, and these alternate forms may be contrasting form. Contrasting means one is tall, another is dwarf. One is dwarf, another is tall. So these are the contrasting form. So contrasting forms means opposite to each other. So these two characters are opposite to each other. There is no in between intermediate forms. So according to Mendelian inheritance, each gene it has two forms. One is tall, another is dwarf. So two alternate forms are present each gene according to Mendelian inheritance, which I have studied in my previous video. So there is no intermediate forms, and these two forms are known as the contrasting form. Now, if both the form 1 and form 2, if both the forms are present togetherly, as I see in the F1 monohybrid cross generation, at that time, out of these two, the form 1, this is the example, this is the logical example. If both are present in F1 progeny, in monohybrid cross, which is known as the heterozygous, in heterozygous condition, only one form will expressed and another form remains suppressive in condition, and which will appear in F2 generation in recessive form or the homozygous recessive form. That's why the tallness, it is known as the dominant character. Or here the form 1, this is the dominant character, and the form 2, which is known as the recessive character. According to Mendel, the dominant character, which is represented by English capital letter. So suppose that here this is capital T, and for recessive character it is represented by small t. Now these two forms of gene, the gene which meant for the height of a plant, now such gene, the form 1 and the form 2, now these two genes are known as two alleles. These are the two alleles of same character or the same gene. That's why this capital T and the small t, these are the two alternate form of the same gene, and these are known as the allele. So this is allele 1 here, and this is allele 2. So according to Mendel, each gene it has two form, means two allele. Suppose that height it has two allele. After Mendel, it is observed that each gene it may have more than two forms or more than three forms. All these forms are known as alleles. That's why if one gene it has more than 2 or 3 number of alleles, then which is known as the multiple alleles. And the inheritance of multiple alleles, which is known as multiple allelism. and the inheritance of multiple allelism or the multiple alleles which is unique. That's why we are going to study here in a different example. Suppose that the height of a plant, now it has two forms. Suppose that it has another two more forms are present, allele 1, 2, 3 and 4. Suppose that here we are adding another two forms more, the allele 2, allele 3 and suppose that this is the allele 4. So here this is the post-Mendelism. Post-Mendelism means after Mendel. Suppose that each gene, it has now here, it has four forms and four forms are known as four alleles. Here, now I am going to represent these alleles. How I represent these alleles? Now, we are using here the same symbol or the same letter. So for height, I may use here, suppose that T, this is the same symbol or the same letter. So for 1, this is T, this is T, this is here T, and suppose that this is the recessive to all. That's why I am here represented small t. And these are the in between, these are the two middle forms. Suppose that allele 1, this is the dominant to all. That's why I am represented here T plus. T plus means it is wild type. It is dominant to all. And this is the small t. It means it is recessive to all. Now we have two more alleles, 2 and 3. So I represent here allele 2. Suppose that this is the logical example, Ti and Tsi. What is the mean? Suppose that Ti means T for gene, I means intermediate, T for gene, Si means sub-intermediate. Now suppose that this is the dominant to all, the Ti, it is dominant to these but it is recessive to T plus. The Tsi, it is dominant to T but it is recessive to upper 2 and it is recessive to all. So now I may write here T plus Ti, Tsi and small t. It means it is dominant to all, it is dominant to these two and it is recessive to T plus, and this is dominant to small t and it is recessive to T plus and Ti, and this is recessive to all. So now this is known as the gradation in dominance. Gradation in dominance. This is known as gradation in dominance. So here this is the wild variety, that's why I am putting here plus. It is dominant to all. The small t, it is recessive to all. And this is known as the representation of like this, it is known as the gradation in dominance. Here these are the different alleles. These are the different alleles of this gene, That's why it is known as the alleles series, the series of alleles. This is the series of alleles. This is known as series of alleles. This is the height of a plant. This is the gene and it has 4 alleles. 4 alleles means 4 forms of genes. The same gene are present here, and these 4 forms of alleles are known as the series of alleles. Now a big question come to our mind. In case of diploid organism, suppose that in case of diploid organism, it is the homologous chromosome pair. We know that in homologous chromosome pair, the gene present in a particular locus, So this is the homologous pair. So this is the homologous loci. Which forms are present here? Out of 4 allelic series, here may present capital T plus in a homozygous condition, capital T plus or capital Ti in a heterozygous condition, or there may be the several varieties may be appeared here. So now suppose that T plus and T plus, this is the homozygous condition, and suppose that this organism 1 or the individual 1 which contains this type of genetic makeup. So other alleles, where they are present, other alleles are present in other individuals. So suppose that this is another individual having capital T plus capital Ti. This is another individual, suppose that, which has a small tt. This is another individual, suppose that it has Ti, Tsi, and this is the individual 3. So like this, so many individuals which contains different forms of the same gene out of the series of alleles. So multiple alleles we are studying not in a single individual. So the single individual which contains only 2 or the single form out of the series of alleles. Suppose that individual 1 which contains only T plus plus, only one form, individual 2 which contains only T plus and Ti, this is the only 2 out of 4, the individual 3 which contains Ti and the Tsi, the 2 out of 4, like these different individuals, they contains different allelic forms out of the series of alleles. That's why it is important to study the multiple alleles in population. It is not applied in single individual. So you have to study the multiple allelism or multiple alleles in a population. So up to this we have clear what is the meaning of multiple alleles and the multiple allelism, what is the meaning of series of alleles, and what is the meaning of the gradation of dominance, and why we use the population word, because the single individual which may contains one form or 2 form out of the series of alleles of a same gene. That's why it is important to study the multiple alleles in a population. Now another question here, how these 2 intermediate forms are developed? There is the one wild variety, this is known as the wild variety, are present here. So after wild varieties, these varieties are formed. How these varieties are formed? In due course of evolution, there is the occurring of mutation, the slight mutation or the very minute mutation in due course of evolution accumulate in the organism, and which causes the different product of the different genes. Suppose that in case of height of a plant, this T plus, because of the mutation which convert into Ti, and again after generation to generation in due course of evolution, this Ti form which again mutate and which forms Tsi. So these series of alleles are formed or evolved because of the mutation in due course of evolution. That's why these are known as the mutant one. These are known as mutant. Suppose this is mutant 1, this is mutant 2. How many mutants are present here? Here 3 mutants are present. The mutant 3. So all these mutant here all are recessive to wild variety. This is known as the wild variety. This is wild trait or the wild character or the wild varieties. So because of the mutation, these mutants are developed, these different alleles are developed, and all may be recessive to wild type. So this is the idea about the multiple alleles. Now come to the different examples. Let's take the example, the first example one, the coat color of rabbit. Rabbit, it has four varieties of coat color. Suppose that one is the colored, another variety may be the chinchilla. This is one other variety where you find the mixing of colored and white, which is known as chinchilla color, and another is the Himalayan color. Another is Himalayan color where you find white color with a black tip. So this is the white, the hairs are white but black tip. This color is known as the Himalayan black tip. Now the recessive to all, which is the albino, there is no colored pigment, there is no pigmentation, which is albino. I have already told that in case of multiple alleles, we are using same letter or the same symbol. Suppose that here I am using here capital C, and this is the wild variety C plus. The chinchilla I am using here capital C, CH, it is recessive to C plus. Suppose that for Himalayan color I am using here CH, capital C and H. This is the Himalayan, stand for Himalayan H, and this is recessive to C plus and CH. And albino, this is the recessive to all, that's why I am using here small c, but I am using here same symbol or the same letter. As I told that in a multiple alleles, we represent the alleles with the same letter or the same symbol with different superscript. So here the different superscript are the plus for the wild variety. This is the wild variety, and these are the mutant variety. This is the C, CH, CH and C. And what is the gradation of dominance or gradation in dominance? C plus, which is dominant to all, and CCH and CH and small c. So it is recessive to all. The CH Himalayan variety, it is dominant to small c, but it is recessive to C plus CH. CH chinchilla, it is recessive to C plus and it is dominant to both CH and small c, and C plus it is dominant to all. This is known as the gradation in dominance. What will be the different genotypes? How many types of genotype may possible? Means how many numbers of alleles may occupy the same locus of the homologous chromosome. So now come to the genotype. Suppose that this is the genotype of colored variety. The C plus, this is the homozygous condition, it is one possible. C plus and CH, it is one possible here because it is the dominant, that's why it may be colored. C plus CH, it is another possible. C plus and small c. So 4 genotype may possible in the colored variety. In chinchilla, this is dominant, so I omit this. Then in homozygous condition, CH one variety, CH and CH, this is another variety, CH and small c, this is another variety. So genotype here is 3. Another possible, the Himalayan, in case of Himalayan character or the Himalayan color, how many types of genotypes are possible? These are the 2 dominant, that's why I omit here. So here, this is the, in case of homozygous condition, CHH, double C, double H, CH or recessive, small c, this is the heterozygous condition. And this is the albino. Albino means it is possible only in case of homozygous recessive. So what will be the genetic makeup? Small c, small c. So now this is the genetic makeup of the, or genotype of the coat color of rabbit. So how many numbers of genotypes are possible here? So total number, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the 9 types of genotypes or 9 varieties of genotypes may present in coat color of rabbit. This is the very important example. And sometimes we are using a formula for the workout of the genotype. The formula is very simple. N multiplied by n plus 1 divided by 2. Here n is the number of alleles. N is the number of alleles or allele, number of alleles. So here how many number of alleles are present? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 number of alleles here present. In case of rabbit, 4 number of alleles are present. So our formula is n multiplied by n plus 1 by 2. So 4 plus 1 by 2. So 4. This is 5. So now 20 by 2. So we get 10. So how many number of genotypes are present here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 types of genotype are possible in case of multiple alleles or in case of coat color of rabbit, because there is the 4 number of alleles. So all this type of formula for the workout of the genetic problem you may find from the Principle of Genetics by Gardner. So this is one example. Now come to the another example. The second example may be ABO blood group system. Blood group system. So in case of human, suppose that the blood group which is controlled by a gene, capital I here, and it has different forms. Suppose that one form, this is another form, and this is another form. One form, so we are using here same letter or same symbol with different superscript. Here IA, IB or IO. So here A, it has that tendency towards production of A antigen, and B, it has the tendency towards the production of B type of antigen, and O, it has no power. Neither A nor B types of antigen are formed on the surface of RBC. That's why I am writing here neither. So these are the different allelic forms. Now it is known as the allelic series or series of alleles of the ABO blood group system or the gene capital I. Suppose that here the gene is capital I. Isoagglutination, this is the full form of the capital I. Suppose that. Now come to the Gradation in dominance. Gradation in dominance. Gradation in dominance, IA equally dominant with IB. If both are present, both would express equally. So it shows the co-dominance behavior. That's why I have already discussed this example in my co-dominance session. So both IA, IB, these are equally dominant and both are dominant to IO. Both are dominant to IO. So what will be the genotype? What will be the genotype? What will be the genotype? So we have the blood group. We have blood group A. Suppose that blood group A, B, AB and O. In case of suppose that this is the RBC, if only A type of antigen are present, then these are known as the blood group A. This is known as the blood group A. If on the surface of RBC, having only B type of antigen, suppose that these are the B type of antigen, now the blood group is known as B. If the surface of RBC, which contains both type of antigen like A type and the B type, suppose that these are the A type and the B types are present here, now the blood group is known as AB types. If there is no antigen on the surface of RBC, now the RBC surface is smooth here. Now I am making the smooth surface of the RBC. Now this blood group is known as the O type, means 0. There is no antigen, 0 antigen, and which is known as the O blood group. So if A antigen present, blood group is A, B antigen present, blood group is B, both are present equally or both are present, then it is known as the AB type. This is the codominance, example of the codominance. If neither one, A or B, neither one present, then which is known as the O blood group. So what will be the genotype? What will be the genotype? So come to the gradation. So in case of A blood group, in case of homozygous AA, IAA or IA or I0, this is recessive, that's why I0. AB not possible because this is the codominance. In case of B blood group, what will be the genotype? IB, and recessive is 1, IB, I0. This is 2 here. In case of codominance, here AB, blood group A and B. This is only one case here possible. And O blood group, this is the recessive. IO, this is recessive, that's why I0 or the IO, this is the one genotype is possible. So how many numbers of genotypes are possible here? The number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now verify the number of genotypes by applying our formula. The formula of the genotype, which is N multiplied by N plus 1 by 2. N means how many numbers of alleles are present here. 1, 2, 3. So here number of alleles is 3 in number. So I am putting here 3 in place of N. 3 multiplied by 3 plus 1 by 2. So 3 plus 1, 4 by 2. So 3, 4 ja 12 by 2. So now I am getting 6. So how many numbers of genotypes may possible? 6 number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the formula by which I am work out here the number of genotypes. This is the traditional method, and this is not modern method. This is also a traditional method, but by applying formula you can work out the genotype, the number of genotype in case of multiple alleles. So thank you for watching.